You ever look at your mortgage balance and think, I will be paying this thing forever? Now imagine this. You make the exact same payment you already make, but you make it on a different rhythm. And that tiny change can quietly knock years off your loan and save you thousands of dollars. Here's the scary part. A lot of people try biweekly and accidentally do it wrong. They feel proud, then months later they realize nothing changed. So what is the real way to do biweekly mortgage payments so it actually works? And what is the one mistake that can erase the whole benefit? Stick with me because in a few minutes you will know the simple math behind it, how to set it up step by step, and how to avoid the traps that cost people money. Number 1, what biweekly really means. Biweekly means you pay every 2 weeks, not twice per month, every 2 weeks. That sounds like the same thing, but it is not. There are 52 weeks in a year. If you pay every 2 weeks, that is 26 payments per year, and that equals to 12 full monthly payments plus 1 extra monthly payment, because 26 halves equals to 13 full payments. That extra payment is the secret sauce. Example. If your normal mortgage payment is $2,000 per month, a true bi-weekly plan usually means you pay $1,000 every 2 weeks. Over the year, you end up paying 13 full payments, or about $26,000, instead of 12 full payments, or $24,000. That is an extra $2,000 straight into the loan each year. That is the entire game. 1 extra payment per year, hidden inside the schedule. Number 2, why this can save thousands. Mortgages are built so the bank gets paid interest first. Early in your loan, a big part of your payment goes to interest and a smaller part goes to principal. When you send extra money to principal, you shrink the balance faster. And when the balance shrinks faster, less interest gets charged over time. That is why an extra payment early in your mortgage life can be way more powerful than the same extra payment later. Example. 2 neighbors buy similar homes. One pays monthly like normal. The other does true biweekly for 5 years, then stops and goes back to monthly. Even with only 5 years of extra payments, the biweekly neighbor may still finish earlier than the monthly neighbor because those early extra principal hits changed the whole schedule. This is why the savings can feel too good to be true. It is not magic, it is just how amortization works. Number 3, the simple story that makes it click. Meet Alex. Alex is not trying to be a finance genius. Alex is just tired of feeling stuck. Alex has a 30-year mortgage and keeps hearing, pay bi-weekly and save a fortune. So Alex signs up online. The website promises it will handle everything. 3 months later, Alex checks the loan and sees something weird. The loan balance barely moved. The interest paid is still huge. Alex is confused. Here is what happened. Alex was paying half the mortgage every 2 weeks, but the mortgage company was holding those partial payments in a suspense account and only applying them when a full monthly payment arrived. So the extra never hit principal the way Alex thought. This is why you need to understand the setup before you do it. In a minute, I will show you the exact wording you want so your extra money actually hits principal. Number 4, true biweekly versus fake biweekly. There are 3 common versions people call biweekly. Version 1 is true biweekly through your mortgage servicer. They accept payments every 2 weeks and apply them properly. Version 2 is half payment every 2 weeks, but the servicer does not apply it until it becomes a full payment. That may still work over the year, but it can reduce the benefit if timing is off. Version 3 is a third-party biweekly program. You pay them, they hold your money, then they send it to your servicer. They often charge setup fees, monthly fees, or both. For most beginners, version 3 is the one to avoid. Not because it is illegal, because you can usually do the same thing yourself for free. Example, if a third party charges $8 a month, that's $96 a year. Over 10 years, that's about $960. That's money that could have gone to your principal instead. So the first rule is simple.
If there is a fee, pause and ask, can I do this without paying someone? Most of the time, yes. Number 5, the step-by-step setup that actually works. Here is the clean way to do this. Step 1. Call your mortgage servicer, not the original lender. The servicer is the company you send payments to. Step 2. Ask these exact questions in plain language. Do you accept biweekly payments directly? If I send an extra amount, can you apply it to principal only? Do you have any rules about partial payments or suspense accounts? Is there any prepayment penalty on my loan? Prepayment penalties are less common today, but they still exist on some loans. You want to know. Step 3. If the servicer supports true biweekly, ask how they want it sent. Some offer it inside your online account. Some need a phone setup. Some need a written request. Step 4. If they do not support true biweekly, do the monthly plus extra method instead, which we will cover soon. It often gives you the same result with less hassle. Example: Jordan's servicer says, we do not do biweekly schedules. Jordan says, no problem. I will pay monthly like normal, and I will send one extra principal payment per year by splitting it into smaller chunks. Jordan still gets the benefit. Number 6, the math with a realistic example. Let's keep this simple and visual. Imagine you have a $300,000 mortgage at 6.5% interest on a 30-year term. Your monthly principal and interest payment might be around $1,900, give or take, depending on taxes, insurance, and exact terms. If you make one extra payment per year toward principal, many borrowers can cut the loan term by roughly 4 to 6 years and save tens of thousands of dollars in interest over the life of the loan. The exact number depends on your rate and how long you keep the loan. Here is why I say tens of thousands without promising an exact number. Your loan's interest schedule is specific, but the direction is consistent. Extra principal equals less interest later. Example: if you are early in the loan, that extra payment can reduce interest for decades. If you are already near the end, the savings are smaller because there is less interest left to avoid. So the big idea is this: the earlier you start, the more powerful it is.
Number 7, the easiest way to do this without a biweekly program. If your servicer makes biweekly complicated, here is the simple workaround. You keep paying monthly as usual, then you add a little extra principal each month. Since true biweekly equals to one extra monthly payment per year, you can replicate it by taking your monthly payment and dividing by 12, then paying that extra amount each month toward principal. Example: your monthly principal and interest is $2,000. 2,000 divided by 12 is about $166 per month. If you pay your normal monthly payment plus $166 toward principal every month, you are basically doing the biweekly advantage without changing your paycheck schedule. This method avoids partial payment issues, and it keeps your autopay simple. Just make sure the extra is labeled principal only, not next payment. Number 8, the 2 biggest mistakes that break the plan. Mistake 1 is thinking extra payments means you can skip later. Some people pay extra, then the online portal shows paid ahead, and they think they can stop paying next month. That can destroy momentum. Paying ahead is not the same as paying down principal. What you want is principal reduction, not future payment credits. Mistake 2 is forgetting escrow and due dates. Your mortgage payment might include escrow for property taxes and homeowners insurance. Even if you pay bi-weekly, your servicer still expects the full monthly amount by the due date. If your timing is off, you can accidentally trigger late fees. Example: Sam pays half on the 1st and half on the 15th, thinking it is bi-weekly. That is not every 2 weeks. It is semi-monthly. Some months it might work, but the year does not add up to the extra payment. Sam also runs into a month where the servicer applies the second half after the due date. Sam gets a late fee and is furious. So your rule is this:
Your monthly due date must always be covered, and your extra money must go to principal. Number 9. When biweekly is a bad idea. Biweekly is not a magic move. Sometimes it is the wrong move. If you have high-interest credit card debt, paying extra on the mortgage while carrying that debt can be like trying to drain a bathtub while the faucet is still blasting. If your emergency fund is empty, extra mortgage payments can trap your cash inside your house. You cannot easily pull it back out without a refinance or a home equity loan, and those depend on credit and market conditions. Example: Taylor throws every spare dollar at the mortgage. Then the car breaks down. Taylor ends up using a credit card at a very high interest rate. Now Taylor is paying more interest overall, just in a different place. A simple approach for beginners is this: build a small emergency fund first, then start the extra payments. Number 10. The best day to start trick people miss. A lot of people wait for the perfect moment. New year, new budget, next raise, next bonus. But the real advantage comes from starting earlier, not starting bigger. Even a small extra principal payment can change the schedule, and it builds the habit. Example: you cannot afford the full 1/12 extra each month. Fine, start with $50 toward principal each month, then bump it to $75, then $100. The loan does not care that it is small, it cares that it is consistent. And here's a sneaky upgrade. If you get paid every 2 weeks, you will receive 2 extra paycheck months each year, where you get 3 paychecks in 1 month. That is a perfect time to send a principal payment. You do not need a fancy program to do that. You just need a plan. Number 11. How to make sure your extra money hits principal. This is the part that separates feels good from works. When you make an extra payment, look for the option that says something like additional principal or principal only. If your servicer does not show that option, you may need to write a short message inside the payment portal that says, apply the extra amount to principal only. Then check your next statement. You should see the extra amount applied to principal, not to interest, not to escrow, and not as a future payment credit. Example: you pay your normal amount and add $100. Next statement should show your regular payment breakdown plus a separate line item that reduces principal by $100. If you do not see that, call and fix it. Do not assume it's working. This is also why third-party programs can be annoying. They add a middle step that makes it harder to see what is happening.
Number 12. The big reveal people wait for. So what is the one thing that makes biweekly powerful? It is not the calendar. It is not a bank hack. It is the 13th payment. True biweekly sneaks in one extra full payment each year. That extra money attacks principal, and principal is what creates interest. That is why this can save thousands of dollars and cut years off your mortgage, without refinancing, without changing lenders, and without doing anything shady. But only if you do it the right way. Apply extra to principal, avoid fees, and protect your cash buffer. Number 13. The recast option most people forget. Some mortgages let you recast after you pay a big chunk toward principal. A recast keeps your interest rate the same, but it can lower your required monthly payment because the balance is smaller. Not every loan allows it, and there may be a fee, but it can be useful if your goal is monthly breathing room. Example: you get a $10,000 bonus and apply it to principal. If your servicer allows a recast, your required payment might drop after the recast. If you keep paying the old amount anyway, you create an even faster payoff plan without feeling the squeeze. Number 14. The principal curtailment script to say on the phone. When you call your servicer, the words you use matter. If you say, "I want to pay ahead," they may treat your extra money as future payments. What you want is a principal curtailment, meaning extra money that reduces the balance now. Try language like this: I want any extra amount to be applied to principal only, not to future payments and not held in suspense. Example: you send your normal payment plus $200. If it is treated as paid ahead, your next due date moves forward, but your balance does not drop as much as it should.
If it is treated as principal only, your balance drops by the full $200 right away. Number 15. How to protect yourself with a quick paper trail. This is boring, but it saves headaches. Every time you change payment frequency or add extra principal, keep proof. Save 3 things: a screenshot of the payment confirmation, the monthly statement showing how it was applied, and any message you sent asking for principal only. Example: if your account ever shows a weird suspense amount or the extra gets misapplied, you can point to the exact date and confirmation number. That turns a messy call into a quick fix. Number 16. The 2 paychecks trap and how to beat it. Some people try biweekly by paying twice per month. That does not guarantee an extra payment each year. It feels similar, but it usually equals to exactly 12 payments, not 13. If you get paid every 2 weeks, the easiest plan is to match your paycheck rhythm, or use the monthly plus extra method so you always hit that 1 extra payment per year target. Example: Casey pays on the 1st and the 15th. At the end of the year, Casey made 24 half payments, which equals to 12 full payments. No extra, no acceleration. Casey thought it was bi-weekly, but it was not. Number 17. A safe upgrade for irregular income. If your income changes month to month, committing to a strict bi-weekly draft can be stressful. Instead, build a buffer month inside your checking account. Then automate your normal monthly payment and send extra principal only when you have it. Example: Morgan works freelance. 1 month is great, the next is slow. Morgan keeps 1 full mortgage payment as a buffer. In strong months, Morgan sends an extra $100 to $300 to principal. In weak months, Morgan sends nothing extra but never risks a missed payment. Number 18. Should you do this or invest instead? This is the question everyone whispers. If my mortgage rate is low, should I invest the extra money? Here's a simple way to think about it. Extra principal gives you a guaranteed return equal to your mortgage interest rate because you avoid that interest. Investing is not guaranteed in the short run. So the best answer depends on your risk comfort and your timeline. Example: if paying extra makes you sleep better and reduces stress, that value is real. On the other hand, if you already have an emergency fund and you're investing consistently for retirement, a split strategy can work. Half goes to extra principal, half goes to investments. You still win either way because you're building momentum. Number 19. How to track your progress without getting lost.
Motivation dies when you cannot see results. So track 2 numbers: your principal balance and your payoff date estimate. Most service portals show your principal balance. Some also show an amortization schedule. If not, you can use a simple amortization calculator to estimate how much time extra payments remove. Example: you start sending $166 extra each month. After 3 months, your balance is lower than it would have been on the normal schedule. That small gap is proof the plan is working. Seeing that gap grow keeps you consistent. Number 20. The clean rule for windfalls. If you get a tax refund, a bonus, or a cash gift, you do not have to throw it all at the mortgage, but you should decide ahead of time what you will do, so you do not spend it by accident. A simple rule: pick a percentage of windfalls that always goes to your future, then split it between principal and other goals. Example: you get a $2,000 refund. You decide $1,000 goes to your emergency fund, and $1,000 goes to principal only. That single principal payment can feel like a mini time machine because it cuts interest for years. If you were thinking about trying bi-weekly, what is your biggest question right now? The math, the setup, or the fear of doing it wrong?